Rob, now we're here for a special weekend episode of Tesla Daily. We're doing something a bit different today. We're taking the car in to get it protected from the elements because Wisconsin winters are brutal. Today we've got I don't know if you guys can see it, but we've got a 3 degree Fahrenheit day today, negative 15 degrees Celsius. So it's been bitter, and the car definitely needs protecting. We're gonna, I'll show you how it's looking here in a second. It's been a couple weeks since I've got it washed. It's not looking great, but we'll get a before and after shot. I just want to really make sure that everything. This is the first expensive car I've bought, so I want to make sure that I'm protecting it well, and I know a lot of new Tesla owners do this. So this is gonna feel like a little bit sponsory. None of the products that we're gonna be talking about are sponsoring the video or anything like that. And the place I'm getting the work done, it's Carisma Customs out in Pewaukee, Wisconsin. And again, there are cheaper places I could have had this done. This isn't free for me or anything like that. And the reason that I'm picking this is just because my editor Jasem actually worked with them. And after talking to the owner Chad, I felt really good about having him do the work. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful to people, and let's take a look at the car. Alright, so as you guys can see, the car looks pretty terrible right now, but we're here with Chad. He's going to get it cleaned up and protected for me. Chad, do you want to walk through all the services you're going to do?
Yeah, absolutely. Rob chose 4 of our services that we do here to protect his car. The first thing and most important is a paint protection film. That's to go on the front of the vehicle to protect against rocks and road debris. Then he is getting a ceramic coating that is also going to protect and also make the paint extremely bright, vibrant, actually wet looking. He's also getting his windows tinted because of your white interior and it's super clear. We're going to make that look really classy. And also he's getting a ceramic window tint that will completely reduce the heat of the vehicle, inside your vehicle. And then last, he also, because he has white interior, we are going to be ceramicing the interior. The entire inside of the car is going to be protected also. And we're going to walk you through the steps of each one of the processes. And we're also going to check Tesla's paint and the quality of it with a paint gauge throughout this video.
Alright, so they've got it all washed up now. We're just going to take a walk around the car and look at some of the paint quality, and we're going to run the paint gauge on it, see some of the imperfections that are there in the paint, as well as some of the rock chips and things that have already happened. I've got 1,300 miles on it so far, and we've already got some issues from that, so kind of demonstrate why I want this protected in the first place. So take it away, Chad.
So we did a brief walk around after the drying process, which is what we do. We also take notes. Everything is entered into our computer system of what we find and if there's any defects. If you come up to the hood, being that this is a very new car, we can see a lot of the swirling and hazing in it. However, here is a rock chip, and this is a little too late, Rob, but if you would have had the paint protection film on, that 100% would have not be there. Yep. The film would have absolutely caught that. Yep. There's also some rock chips here and here where someone had actually touched this up, and Rob stated he had not touched his vehicle yet.
You can trust me, I didn't touch it.
So that is actually paint touch-up, obviously probably by Tesla or on the delivery when they noticed that. Okay, Rob, so now what we're going to do is, Tesla is very well known for not having thick paint and or poor quality in the painting process, and what we use is a paint gauge to check the thickness of it. Why this is extremely important is if we start correcting and buffing on your car and there's not a lot of paint and clear coat on it, we're going to burn right through it. And now we are going to be going to a body shop getting it painted. So it's very important that we check. We try to check just about every panel to see where we are at, but we'll start with the top of your vehicle.
I'm curious because we haven't done this yet, so
all right.
See what it looks like.
So we'll take a look. So the top of the vehicle is roughly 4.2 mils, and we'll just go to a couple other areas. We can go down to the door. So that is 3.0. We can come up here towards the hood and fender. Let's do the side of the fender here, what that would read. So that is 4.8. The hood. 4.5, so it's very, very consistent throughout.
Are you mostly looking for consistency or thickness in general, or just kind of both?
Most important would be the thickness, because that's the most dangerous part of it. If it's thin and we start polishing or buffing on it, we're going to go through the paint. Consistency is obviously, it would be great if the whole car was perfect, but that's very hard to do. And where you get into the 3s, that's very low. That's very dangerous when we're buffing on it. You want to be around 5 to 6 is a pretty good paint thickness where we're somewhat safe, but you still have to be careful no matter what the gauge says. So now that we measured Rob's car, let's just go see what a couple other cars that we have in here, their paint measures at. This is an S8 from Audi, and check it out. 4.7, 5 in the mid 5s. We also have a BMW 4. That is not really impressive. And 4. So that shows the different vehicles and their paint. So today we're going to be doing the actual film installation on Rob's car. We're first going to start by removing all the badges. Then we're going to go into the prepping stage, which means just that. We're going to prep the vehicle one last time to make sure the installation is contaminant free. Then we are going to go into the computer room and actually cut the film on the computer software, and then use our plotter to cut it out. Finally, we will come and we will actually lay and install the film on the car as it's going to be as a final product. So this is the film. It's called Ceramic Pro Cabacha, and this is the stuff that is on Rob's car. We're just going to do a quick demo showing you the strength and the durability of this film. So here's a screwdriver. Go ahead, guys, pull. Okay. What I'm going to do now is poke this screwdriver. But that isn't the real test. We'll see if how far the point will go through. And as you can see, it's still not through, and I am pushing with great force. I am going to go through. That is, if the next one, still fully intact. You have to pull to get that through.
And then the glass is completely not scratched.
Yeah, the glass is perfect. The tint of the inside windshield, again with ceramic, is now being prepped. And what the technician is doing is protecting the interior and also the electronics to make sure there's no electronic problems, especially with Teslas. He's also going to be protecting the dash for any unseen damage from moisture or solution that could get onto and contaminate the dash. This is continuing of the application of the ceramic tint for the top window / hatch. This is being pre-shrank so it goes on the interior perfectly. This needs to be shrank at the right amount of heat so you do not melt it and ruin the film. Today's the final steps before we start ceramicing Rob's vehicle. Rob chose the silver package. This includes 2 layers of ceramic. The ceramic's going to be applied to the painted surfaces, the glass, the wheels, and he chose to do the interior of his vehicle. Very smart, being that he has white interior. During this process, we're going to be doing a 2-stage paint correction, which is important because we need to get all of the defects, which could be swirls, hazing, spider web marks, and then we will be polishing to bring back the vibrance and to get the paint as clear and bright as possible. After that stage is done, we'll be stripping all the compounds and polishes off the vehicle with a chemical safe for paint, and that will allow us to start the ceramic process.
There it is. It looks amazing.
A little different?
Yeah, you can definitely tell. The tint looks great. It's not overly done. It looks really good on the back too. So Chad, do you want to talk about how it's difficult to do the Teslas because of the gradients there?
Absolutely. Because the glass is manufactured this way with the color, it's very difficult to match that tint perfectly. I'm extremely confident how we do it every time. You can barely even tell the transition. I don't know if you can see it, Rob, but it literally looks like this whole transition came from the factory.
Yeah, no, it looks amazing. Like that was one of the things I was sort of on the fence about doing, just because of the difficulty of that. I want to see how it looks from the inside too. Wow, that looks great.
Can you even see the tint?
You can see just like barely a line if you're looking directly. I don't even know if that'll pick up on camera, but you can just see a very, very faint line. But definitely better than I expected it to look. I knew that was going to be something that was difficult, so...
It's extremely hard to blend anything like that. On normal windows, you just put the film on it and there's no blending or trying to match it.
Yeah.
Tesla, very difficult.
Yeah, it looks great.
And it does not change the appearance at all. It does not make it slippery. It doesn't do anything for the color.
It feels great. It still feels like, you know, I wouldn't know the difference.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got, on the front now, we've got what? Paint protective film, we've got the ceramic coating.
Correct. So the front end of your vehicle is now completely covered in paint protection film, and then we ceramic over the film in the entire car, including your wheels and all the plastics, and also the exterior of the glass is ceramic. The interior is a ceramic tint.
Right.
So right now, we after the correction and the polish, this is now what paint should look like.
Yeah, it looks really great.
So here's the paint gauge, and I don't remember exactly what it was.
I think we had like 3.5 on the doors, 4.5 in the front area.
Okay. So I'm going to put it, again, it's going to be higher because we have a protected film on here. So right now the reading is 10.9 on the film and 13. So that just shows the variance of, I don't, the math here, but almost triple now the protection on it. And what's important is being that it's that much of a difference, you cannot tell, maybe you can, but can you even tell where there's film and where your normal paint is?
Not having an eye for this myself too much, I can't.
The only way you can tell, especially with the film that we use, the Ceramic Pro Cabacha, is you have to feel with your finger, and you can feel a tiny, tiny lip. If you want to come over here and use your finger right on that edge, you can feel a tiny, that sharp little edge.
Yep.
But everything else is wrapped. The corners are all wrapped, so you cannot see the hood that was even done. Along with the mirrors too, we did the faces of your mirrors, because again, if you got debris or rocks or something, this is also important. So that is, this is the best protection that you can get on an automobile. The only thing you could have done is wrap the entire car, but if you had all the money in the world, you can't get anything better than what you just got right here.
That's good to hear.
So now you can actually go drive this thing like it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
And not worry
about it. That's going to be the biggest thing. Well, it looks great, Chad. Thanks so much for all the help with this. Thanks for letting us, film everything.
For sure.
I'm excited to get back to the car.
Yeah, we're Tesla fans, as you can see. I'm telling you, Jasem's vehicle's right in here. This is a 2-week ceramic wash because he got it done 2 weeks ago, so we washed it. So we show him and educate. That's what you're also going to have to do. You're going to have to come here in approximately 2 weeks, and we do the first wash. We show you and educate you what we do, the do's and don'ts. So he just got his done, and this one is in just for an interior detail. So it's just kind of coincidental, believe it or not, that we have 3 Teslas, but we love Teslas, and
we love Teslas too.